Hello and good morning from Epic Universe.
We are finally back here at the park. We are very excited to be here. It was a journey to get here this morning.
Yeah, so we are staying at Dockside this morning, and we made sure we got up at like 5 o'clock this morning, drove to the hotel, and then we waited in a line for the longest time to try to get checked in. And then after we waited in line for about half that time, the lady was like, oh, we're only taking mobile check-ins anymore, which I did mobile check-in, but then we had to go get in another line, and then we had to wait behind some more people that already started waiting before anyone started checking in for that.
So we had to wait 30 minutes for mobile check-in.
Yeah, and so it took less time to drive than it did.
Yeah, to get into the hotel. It just seems like if you're doing mobile check-in, it should be a faster process. It's just how I'm seeing it. Maybe I'm just a little pampered with Disney and their mobile check-in process of not having to talk to a cast member whatsoever. It can be all completely done in the app.
Yeah. So like I mentioned, we are staying on property today, so we do get early park entry. Ministry of Magic, I think the virtual queue is gone.
I think so.
So I'm interested in seeing how that works. Hopefully we can get in before a lot of the main entry people come in.
Yep, I think that's definitely a must-do for us today. We want to check out more of Super Nintendo World and explore Berk and the Ministry of Magic. Just odds and ends that we couldn't do last time. So we're just excited to have another day here.
Yeah, I did see a sign we were waiting in line for security that Minecart Bandits is not operating today at all. So we will not be riding that today, but we're going to still start our day in Super Nintendo World?
Yes. Keep watching if you want to know the good, the bad, and what's epic here at Epic Universe.
We are officially in the park.
Yes, again, we got through the final checkpoints of getting into the park. Security and then obviously ticket check-in.
Yeah, so they don't have the best check-in system, it seems like, when it comes to getting into Epic Universe. I'll draw a little diagram in Microsoft Paint and kind of show you what I mean. You get in the security line, but right after the security gate is where you do your ticket scan in. And it's such a small little area that it actually bottlenecks all the way back into the security, so then the security line can't move at all.
It just seems like such a pretty big error, considering they know there's going to be massive lines getting into the parks in the mornings.
Yeah, and at this point, it feels like it's a little too late to move it because it's all underneath like a big covering, and they would have to rebuild that all.
Yeah.
And if they push it back too far, then they're going to be blocking the view of the Kronos.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very, very strange. I don't know why that decision was made for that, but
I agree, because with the other two parks, they're connected to City Walk, and if you aren't familiar with Universal, City Walk is Universal's like food and shopping district.
think of a TTC like for Disney. All right, we're coming up to a little thing, and I'm going to make sure we're going the right way. I can't hear the lady over the music.
Yeah.
Good morning, my friends. Just so you guys know, Super Nintendo World is currently delayed. However, Dark Universe and Stardust Racers are open.
We just heard that Super Nintendo World is completely delayed opening, so we will not be able to go in to Super Nintendo World for our early entry, but they are letting us over into Dark Universe instead.
There's Dark Universe and something else, she said.
Stardust Racers.
Stardust Racers.
Stardust Racers is always earlier.
Okay, so I guess we're going to go to Dark Universe.
Yeah, so we'll head over to Dark Universe first. I did see another sign that said Curse of the Werewolf is closed, so I don't know. It's
We'll see how this day goes. So far, it's been bumpy. It's been a very bumpy morning.
But keep it in mind, it is technical rehearsal still, but the park does open in like 4 days.
Yes. I mean, to be fair, most theme parks always have a rocky, bumpy opening. Disneyland in 1955 was a disaster. The concrete wasn't completely solid, and women's high heels were getting stuck in the concrete.
Yeah.
California Adventure did not succeed for a very long time. There's always going to be, just as they're learning and course correcting and tweaking as this new park opens, it's going to take a little while. So you definitely wear your patient pants, be flexible, and just try to make the best of your day. There's still plenty of things to do around the park. Honestly, I am not upset about going into Dark Universe first thing in the morning, so this is fine. It's a pretty good pivot.
This is still definitely my favorite land so far.
Ooh, look at all the misters. More misty this time around.
Yeah.
Ah. I mentioned in our previous video I watched all of the classic monster films. Well, I got them in 4K and they look amazing on our TV, which you would question because they are black and white films, but they really, really pop on an OLED TV.
Oh, this time we're actually going outside.
Oh. We haven't seen this part of the queue yet.
So yeah, they're expecting some long lines on this one as well. You can see there's a bunch of outdoor queue.
Good morning.
Welcome, volunteers.
Yeah.
Hello, Henry Frankenstein. There's Henry again.
Come closer, little lab rats. Come close. I won't hurt you. Yet. I sense fear in your hearts. You're right to be afraid. Darkness lies ahead. Now is the time to abandon hope.
I am Igor. My job is to get you through this experiment in one piece. But Igor, I hear you say, where's the fun in that? I agree, you delightful freak. Sadly, this is not that kind of experiment. Look closely. This is a catacombs navigation unit. All you little lab rats and your little lab rat friends get to ride one. You sit, Igor steers, nothing goes wrong. Yes? Oh. Don't look at that. This is just the emergency function. According to plan. Yes, doctor. The doctor will see you now. This is fun, yes?
You chosen few will witness my greatest discovery yet. Together, we will finish what my great-grandfather started. They called him Henry. But what? You're afraid of what you've done. But you will see. There's nothing to fear. Show them. Lower the lights, quickly. Now. These people are friends. See, there's nothing to be afraid of. He is amazing, better than the original. He is the key to our most exciting experiment. For years, I have studied and controlled the monsters that prowl the darkness. And only one remains. I will control my ultimate challenge. Count Dracula. Call your... gods and us.
Silence, creature, or you will destroy who I am.
These two just don't get along. The Dracula experiment is the last piece of the puzzle. And with your help, the world will never see the name Frankenstein the same again. Open the doors! Our greatest victory is just through there. Quickly, this will change your life. Please don't touch that. We've much to see. You're still here? Move along. This was just the beginning.
It was a very different experience. I got some notes. There were some effects that apparently were not operating whenever we rode the ride. But there are some effects that when we originally rode the ride that were not operating today.
Yeah, so there was more buzzing of the seats
Yes.
to go with electricity, which was cool. There is some water and some heat effects that we did not get at all last time.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was a thing. Also, there was a Dracula animatronic that pops out and moves at you at the end that...
I always thought was kind of weird. So there's one part where a main feature is supposed to hit Dracula whenever he is scaring you, I'll say. And last time we rode it, I was like, it's kind of weird because the thing isn't actually hitting him and he's just kind of static looking. But this time he actually does move and whatnot. And it was a much better effect, I will say.
Yes. Some of the other notes that I had was, it seemed like there's a little bit more light in there.
Yes.
Which is a good thing and a bad thing. The good thing is you can really see a little bit more of all the amazing theming and
Details.
special effects in the ride.
Yeah.
The bad thing is you can see everything, even the stuff you're not supposed to see. So you can see the
haunted
floor.
chairs even more.
You can see the haunted chairs. The pilot
If you don't know what we're
chairs.
talking about the haunted chairs, watch our last video.
Yeah. You can see a lot of the backstage stuff that you're not supposed to really see when you're on a ride. So it kind of breaks the illusion of the ride, in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
And you can really see the other ride vehicles and how they operate. I don't know. I like having a little bit of mystery to it. So that's one of my notes is, I wonder how they can hide that a little more.
Also, the Igor animatronic was down today. It doesn't seem like they have a B mode for it at all. They just put curtains over them.
Yeah, and then the mummy one,
He
there's
wasn't
a
moving as
giant
well.
mummy one coming out of the ceiling and he's reaching down at you. It's really cool and scary effect.
Yeah.
He wasn't working.
Yep,
That was one of my favorite ones. And I was like, dang.
Wanted to point at this fountain. It's really cute. I like the steampunk design of the little water fountains shooting into the middle.
So we're making our way over to the Ministry of Magic, seeing if we can get in line soon
Yes.
to get on this really popular attraction.
Yeah, since Battle of Ministry is not a virtual queue, we don't have to deal with that. We just have to wait in a line.
It's just so far away. There's light.
All right, we are in line for the Battle of Ministry ride. The line is backed all the way up to Stardust Racers. You see the entrance here. It is currently 9:06. They haven't opened up the gates yet, it still seems like. I'm hoping it's not too long of a line. Once we start moving, I'll let you guys know what time. It's currently 9:10 and we're starting to move finally. So now we're directly out front of Stardust Racers sign. The line looks like it's consistently moving. We have to go through the whole entire land to get to the ride, but this line should just be for the ride. Captain pointed out at the very tip of the Elder Wand, you can see like a little pole. It's a lightning rod, so this doesn't get hit by lightning and destroy it. So lightning will hit that little rod and it's grounded and it'll go all the way down and keep the building safe. But it's only been like 5 minutes, and we're all the way up to the front of the gate now. You hear the time turner.
We're going back in time.
Yeah, we're going back in time to 1930s or 1920s.
I think 1920s.
This is the one land we haven't seen.
Yeah, we haven't seen this one.
I'm pretty excited to see it. One of the cool things in this queue, at least, is you can play with your wand on the streets of Paris with a lot of interactive materials. Like they have these kettle pot or these copper pots on the street. We finally have a wait time for Mystery Magic, and it's posted at 240 minutes.
Yes. Of course. All else.
Yes, she is indeed. Today is the day it is all mistress Dolores stands trial for her crimes. And Higgledy would never speak ill of her former mistress. No, she would not. But if she did, Higgledy would probably say that the law is unfair.
It is.
Finally, have ridden Harry Potter and the Battle of the Ministry. We are now taking a well-deserved sit break at Oak Tree Tavern.
The Oak Star Tavern.
Oak Star Tavern.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I said it wrong. It is a barbecue place. But before we get to that, we need to talk about the ride.
Yes. So, we waited 5 hours for that ride.
We waited 5 hours, so you didn't have to.
So, I don't know if it just is very slow, but we've kind of been cursed with delays all day today.
Today has not been our day.
Yeah, so it took us, spoiler, it took us 5 hours and I think it was 10 minutes to get in. And that's us getting in line at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And the line didn't start moving till 9:10. So if you didn't have early park entry, you wouldn't have gotten on. Mm-hmm. But sadly, now that we've gotten off the ride, the wait time has gone down to 150 minutes.
There's definitely some bottlenecks, like some choke points in the queue that really need to be worked out. For example, you are going through like the Metro flu in the films, you're going, like the flu network is, you travel by fireplace, so you have like a powder that you drop and you say your location of where you want to go.
Yeah.
And it goes boom, and you fly through the fireplaces. And this one is the Metro flu, meaning it's taking you to the Ministry of Magic in the future.
Yeah.
So
and they have 5.
And they have 5 flu fireplaces for you to walk through to get the cool effect, and they were only using
2.
1.
Oh well, 1 for us, and they were holding
There was a
one for
single
Express.
rider. Express. So that was my big beef with this, is one, Express was going today when there was a 5-hour standby queue. I just don't think there should have been much of an Express being used for such a long queue.
Unless they were from a delay earlier,
Yeah.
so if the ride went down. But no, these are just people with like the Express, because I saw some VIP people coming through too.
Yeah, that was really aggravating. And then there wasn't, there were 2 lines going into the ride, and we were told both lines were exactly the same. So we went into one, and the other one was single rider. And possibly if we had known that it was single rider, we might have taken that single rider line and saved.
Well, they were
2
at that
hours.
time when they were using that line, they weren't running it as a single rider. They were running it normal, so it would have saved us an hour and a half.
So yeah, that was really irritating. So they're clearly working out the kinks here. So
And they really need to work on their communication, because I think they were used to running this ride as a virtual queue.
Loud in there?
They blast music through this park too.
It's
like
so
they
loud.
blast the music really, really loud, because there was talking in the queue. I didn't hear a single word and we were in that line for 5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you were coming to Epic Universe, maybe wait a little bit longer to ride this ride. There's so many other great things to do here, but if this is your number 1 priority, definitely rope drop it. Stay on property.
Stay on property.
But
don't get in the line for anything else. So we did go to Monsters first, and it was a walk-on, so like it didn't take much time. But just that little bit of time it took us to walk from Monsters.
It killed us. We lost a lot of time.
We lost because we didn't think people would be allowed to line up for.
Yeah.
But they had the land open.
Yeah.
They had the doors open. They didn't have any of the other lands. They had Ministry open, and they had people lining up all the way to the front of the queue, because we were thinking like, oh, they have the doors closed, so the line's probably only like a couple hundred people in front of us.
Yeah.
No, there was.
It was filled all the way to the loading.
Yeah, and
So
I might have to like draw a map again. I'm gonna get some Microsoft Paint skills going. This video. I'll show you like the path we took, like through the land, so you kind of know like how we had to zigzag around, and like finally we got into the flue system. And
Yes. So just consider this if this is a really high priority ride for you, and if it's not, possibly skip it and experience what other amazing things I have to offer here. So I'm not saying it's a don't do. I'm just saying consider your
or just wait.
priorities.
Gotcha.
Or just wait.
Or just
Yeah.
wait. It was a good ride.
I still love Monsters Unchained. It's my number one here. I think it's an underrated ride.
I'm gonna say
compared-
this. I'm gonna say this ride is probably better than Monsters the last time we rode it.
Yeah.
But since we didn't realize there was missing effects last time we rode Monsters. Monsters is way better.
Yes.
It has heat. It has the water
Fog.
effects. That's fog. Like it has. This ride has animatronics. They just kind of move a little bit and do this little things. They're relying on their screens a lot for like a lot of the moving stuff. It looks really cool with the moving stuff, but like how the animatronics move in Monsters is so much more fascinating.
Yes.
I don't know what the word I'm looking for. It's just amazing how cool they move and lunge at you and all this other stuff. But I want to give spoilers to the rides,
Yeah.
of course.
And I'm super biased because I just love the spooky stuff.
The monsters that we experienced today, even though there were some animatronics not working and whatnot, with the extra added effects that we saw, better. Because there's no heat, no anything like that on this ride. It's just screens and some animatronics. Because this is, you don't have to wear your 3D glasses in this, which I like.
That is really nice. Anyway,
All right,
we didn't get our food.
Our food just got here, so
Let's show you what we got.
Yeah.
So I got the smoked brisket sandwich with the 3 cheese macaroni and cheese.
I got the pick 2 meat, which I got the sliced brisket and the herb citrus chicken. And then for my side, I got the burnt end baked beans, and it comes with a piece of mango. They call it mango bread. I don't think it's a cornbread. It looks kind of like a cornbread, but I think it's just a mango bread. And I also get some pickles.
Yum.
Yeah.
Pickles. All right. I am like ready to dive in. I am starving.
So I started with the burnt end baked beans. Very good. They are not overly sweet. They are very savory. I had a big old chunk of burnt end on there. It was really
yum.
good, too. Yeah.
This was really good. It was very tender. It wasn't overly chewy like some brisket can be. It was like it just kind of melted in your mouth. It was very, very good.
I'm gonna go ahead and try it.
And the bun was nice and soft. Like it's kind of firm, but it's nice and soft. It feels like a fresh, like homemade bun versus like store-bought.
That brisket is very good. It has a nice burnt edges on it.
There's nice crisp on it. Yes.
It has a little bit of a spice. I don't think this is a coffee.
No, I don't care
Rub?
for coffee rubs.
I don't think this is a coffee rub. It has a little bit of spice. It has some type of chili on it. But it's just the slightest hint on it.
I like it better than the Polite Pig.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's way better than Play Pig.
Yeah. So look at that. That's a nice cheese there. Yum.
Good.
Yum.
All right.
Oh my gosh, that's good.
This is the herb citrus chicken.
That's like 5-star good. That's delicious.
Ooh. That's a nice, light, moist chicken. I'm gonna try the skin. Yeah, that's a really good, not too heavy, which is nice. I could see, and they might do this already, if you like chop it up, whatever, and stuck in a salad.
Yeah, that would be good. So far, this is like really good barbecue. Sometimes barbecue can be super miss at theme parks.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna try some macaroni and cheese. Ooh, I missed.
Also a little competition with Flame Tree Barbecue at Animal Kingdom.
Get yourself some beans.
Yeah. Oh yeah, beans.
Mac and cheese. I think the mac and cheese is better than the baked beans.
Baked beans are too sweet for me.
Really? I didn't think they were very sweet.
I think they're very sweet.
Let me stir it up more.
They're very sweet. I don't know what you're talking about.
Ooh. Okay, I think I got the top layer.
Yeah.
I don't think it was very sweet. There's like pineapple in there.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like a pineapple.
I don't love that.
They have a bunch of barbecue sauces on the table too. And this one is called Huli Huli, and I'm guessing that's a Hawaiian barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
I think that's what this is.
Okay.
We got the tropical gold. They have a sweet harasa.
I don't know what these are. We'll have to look up what they are.
I thought there was one more, but maybe it was on someone else's table.
Yeah. I think I'll give my sandwich like a 4.5, and the mac and cheese is like a 5. It's excellent. So good.
I'm gonna try one of these pickles too.
The pickles look good.
You have them on your sandwich.
I know. You need to try that bread. I want to try the bread. I keep eyeballing it.
You're eyeballing that bread over there?
I'm like, I want
Look
that
at
bread.
Ooh, you're gonna like that. That is not a cornbread. That is like a dessert bread.
Ooh. That's good. Yeah, that's a dessert bread. It's very moist.
Moist, and it just cuts through all this savory really
Oh my gosh. And then the final thing we got is the banana pudding, which we both love banana.
I love banana
and it's served in this little skillet. It's so cute.
Mm-hmm. They only give us one spoon, but we'll share it.
That's fine. You go first.
It has good taste. Too much whipped cream.
You don't like whipped cream though.
But I mean, it's probably like a 70-30 split.
Yeah.
It's mostly whipped cream, I feel like.
Yeah, you're right. I would rather have more pudding than whipped cream.
Mm-hmm.
I like your mom's banana pudding better.
My mom can make a good banana pudding.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think we're gonna
chow this down, and we're gonna kind of just sit and relax. Since we've been standing for 5 hours, we're probably gonna sit here for like a good hour and a half at least, and just relax before we get back out there in that sun.
Yeah, we're very exhausted.
Yeah. All right.
So we'll be back.
We'll be back. All right, so we bought more merch, so we'll have a merch haul whenever we get back home tonight. But a little bit of an outfit change. I ended up buying this shirt, and it's starting to get hot, and it feels really good switching to sleeveless.
93.
Yeah, it's 93 now, so it feels so much better than wearing, because usually when I wear my Roosevelts, I actually have another shirt underneath that as well. So I'm actually wearing 2 shirts when you see me on a Roosevelt. All right, we are officially heading back towards Super Nintendo World, and we're gonna do some of the activities in there.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to ride any rides. Donkey Kong's down today. Mario is a really long wait. Yoshi, if it's short enough, maybe we'll get on it.
Yeah.
Or at least go through the queue, maybe.
I'm good
Because
with
I think
that.
there's interactive things you can do with the little, what's it called, power band.
I just want to walk around and check out everything in Super Nintendo World.
Yeah.
We were in and out so quick on our last trip here. We didn't get to venture around as much.
Yeah. I've been noticing these little things here at every single portal.
Yeah.
I wonder if these might be virtual queue screens, because there have been rumors that we're going to be getting virtual queues for the lands. So you're able to join a virtual queue, and that allows you to go to Ministry of Magic until at like 2 o'clock. Oh, it's so empty in here. It's nice.
Yeah.
This land is very, very stimulating. There's just so much going on, and it is so cool. And this is so much better than when we were here last time. It's so less crowded.
Yes.
All right, I want to hand the camera over to Catherine because I have the power band. I need to start getting coins.
All right, let's do it.
I've already paired my power band to my app.
You just go.
Yeah, one of every different one. So here are the objectives whenever you're actually playing these games in Super Nintendo World. So there's a little story that the golden mushroom was stolen. Bowser Jr. has locked it away. His minions guard the keys. Collect the keys to get back the golden mushroom. Power-up bands allow you to play in the Mushroom Kingdom. Punch blocks, collect coins, discover, explore, and play. And you can kind of see, if you look up here, where the Goomba is, there's a key. So I have to capture this Goomba, and I'll get the key. When I get all the keys, then I think I can go to a special area.
Looks like Princess Peach is out, saying hi to all the guests.
Very forgiving.
Yeah.
I got my 3 keys.
Yeah.
Now I have to go defeat Bowser Jr. Alright, I just got done playing a lot of the different games. I got 3 keys, and we went and beat the Bowser Jr.
That was fun. I
was a lot
wasn't
of
good
fun.
at it, but it was fun.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. We're gonna go into Toadstool Café and just catch some AC because like this sun is sweltering.
It's killer.
Yeah.
Maybe get a snack. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
I think you have to scan the present. That's terrible. That's terrible.
I know. Ooh, it feels good in here.
It is toasty outside.
Yes. We did decide to get some snacks. So we got the garlic nuts.
Yeah, the
Garlic nuts. We've heard these are like one of the best things you can get here.
And then we got the, I believe it's the Neapolitan Mount Beanpole cake.
Yeah.
It's very Instagrammable.
This is.
The Toadstool Cheesy Garlic Knots. Mini mushroom-shaped knots brushed with garlic butter, parmesan, parsley, and a side of marinara sauce. And the Mount Beanpole cake is chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry layered cake topped with a matcha mousse.
And there's also a little star chocolate, and it looks like a not chocolate Mario flag. Don't eat that. That's plastic.
That's plastic. Yeah.
Let's start with the garlic knots.
That kind of tastes like basic garlic knots to me.
Let me dip it on the middle
I'm getting
so the
no,
marinara actually sticks to it.
I'm getting no cheese. I'd say these are okay. People like these. They taste like basic garlic knots. You can get it at like a grocery store.
Yeah. I feel like the ones in the grocery store might actually be butterier because they put a ton of butter to preserve it. These are fresher.
I would say these are just okay. I'd give them a 3.
We should have gotten the garlic steak at the tavern. That's garlicky and buttery, apparently.
These are kind of meh.
They're a little dry. Does anyone remember those garlic knots they used to have at Papa John's back in like the 2000s, where like it came in a metal tin bottom and it was just covered in butter? Oh my god. It was more butter than bread, but sometimes that's what you need.
The Domino's garlic knots.
So here's the thing. The Domino's garlic knots are good. However, they come in a normal pizza style box, not that metal tin. So the pizza box soaks up all the butter. So then you just have a very buttery box. All right, now the star of the show.
Literally.
And there's literally a star. I will say, I do like how Universal gives us real silverware pretty much everywhere you eat.
Disney should do this.
Also, I still really like ordering at the tables
I do too.
because what is the one thing you don't want to do after you just waited 5 hours for a ride?
Wait in another line.
Wait in a line for food. Go sit down, have the food come to you, enjoy your meal, relax. Disney needs to do something like that. Let's take a bite of the non-Instagrammable piece first. Ooh, that's good. Ooh.
I like that.
Ooh. That the matcha comes in at the very end, and it's like a little pop of hey.
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 The cake itself is a little dry.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
Let me go for more.
I mean,
Yeah, you're right.
it's not the most moist cake, no, but like I think it's right because it has a mousse on top.
You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of the multicolored, like almond cake we had during Festival of the Arts. It was like
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is good. This is interesting. It's different. It's cute.
I don't see this. There's only like one strip of strawberry. That's the strawberry there. That's chocolate. That's strawberry. That's vanilla.
Oh.
There's no strawberry down here though. So you only get one strawberry. Wow.
Is it all good?
That is a completely different taste.
Really? Oh man, that's a big bite.
No, do it. It completely changes it. Just from it being taller.
There's like a whipped cream.
Yes.
That's good.
So this is the trick. You gotta cut it all the way down. Okay? You pick up your fork and then you fold it over, and then it kind of flips over and sticks to the back of the fork. And there you go. Spectacle Fuse hack right there.
You're ridiculous.
I'm hot. I'm going insane, guys.
Stand 5 hours in a line, you'll go a little mad. I like this better than the banana pudding.
Yeah. Toadstool Café. This is the restaurant that you want to come to if you have those picky eaters in your family. Because this is the most theme park style food. This is where you get your burgers, your spaghetti. You can get a salad. It's themed, but there's stuff that kids will eat more here. Every restaurant will have chicken tenders, I guess, for kids, I think, on a little menu, but they're going to be more expensive. This is your more theme park style food. Everything else is more unique, I feel.
And it's kid friendly because it's Toad, so it's very family friendly here. opposed to like Boss Steakhouse, which is still awesome.
One of these days we'll come back here and I'll do the Bowser challenge. It is a 1 pound gigantic spicy meatball.
When they mean spicy, it's
It is apparently really spicy. It might have like Carolina Reaper in it or something. I don't know. I will try it. But that's going to be a day where, I don't know, maybe annual passes will have to come out before then because I'm not going to be miserable for the whole day.
yeah.
So here's a effect that wasn't going on last time we were here. There was fire inside the dragon and the Vikings' mouths. We were here last time when it was dark. We didn't film at that time, but there was no mouth. Yeah, there was no fire in the mouths. That's cool.
Cool. Hi, Cloud. What are you doing? Oh, I'm sorry.
Is that a big Rice Krispie treat? That's what it kind of looks like.
Yeah, that's
It has a
chocolate
big old
Rice
piece of
Krispie treat.
fudge.
Come on, you overgrown walrus! Show me the fire!
He is not waking up.
Seems like he does this a lot.
You're going up for adoption! Hawk werewolves. One of the strongest dragons known to Viking kind. But to offset that power, they sleep for 18 hours a day.
Oh, wow.
We should all be so lucky!
Oh, what's this one in the little...
Jeremy! You are supposed to wait in the house, you wee vermin! Hobgoblins.
Hobgoblins.
You, I'll deal with later.
Aren't they a bad omen?
Ah, they're the cockroaches of the dragon world is what they are. For every
okay.
one that you see, there's a dozen that you don't. The bad omen part comes from their dietary habits. They eat 5 times their body weight every single day. Not to mention self-healing.
Can we get a picture?
Certainly.
Yeah. You ready?
They shake!
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we're going into the wand shop. Josh was already inside. He was a little ahead of me. But it's called Cosme. Thank you. Acajor. It's the French wand shop. And there's some specialty wands in here. Ooh. These are pretty. I'm not positive these might be Gen 2. I don't know for sure. Okay, so these are the specialty Gen 2 wands here in this wand shop. So it looks like you have the Elder wand, you have Hermione's wand, and you have Harry's wand.
You're guessing all these other ones are Gen 1s?
I think they're just Gen 1s. Do you need help with something?
I am sorry.
No, ma'am, no, we weren't loitering. I was just window shopping. I don't have any money, but I was just looking.
He was looking for Cosme to see if Cosme was here, but
I haven't seen her. Oh, I'm sorry.
serendipity. Where does she go? She is out here. Do not worry, Phoenix. She can hook you up with things.
A
The
chocolate
best
one.
kind of wand. The wand you can eat.
What is this?
It is a treat from the Wizarding World of Harry Potter at Universal Studios.
Oh. And coffee.
White chocolate flowers
Oh, fleurs.
with artificial fruit flavors.
Try to read the English underneath it, Catherine. That would help you. Oh, that's what the little chocolates look like. They're so cute. I like that. And then we got the little chocolate
Oh, no.
nifflers. Oh, those
They're
are
milk
cute.
chocolate, though. You won't like them.
No, thank you. And then here's the hard candies I was just looking at.
We got some snails.
Some escargot. Yes, yes. Oh, here's chocolate frogs, but they're in French, so they're fancier.
You know, in the first movie, Harry had such a hard time getting the Philosopher's Stone. All he had to do was come here, and you can get it for $100. It's that easy.
Well, if Voldemort only knew, we wouldn't have had 7 books.
And 8 movies.
I would have ended real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, no?
There
it goes. Thank you. That's so cute. So it's just me on my own right now. I wanted to go back into Dark Universe, and Josh wanted to ride Stardust Racers. So we split up a little bit since the park is going to close soon. I wanted to try to catch the Burning Blade Tavern. I didn't catch it earlier. It was just too dang hot. So we moved on, so I'm going to try to come back and catch it for you guys before the park is closed. This is where the Invisible Man usually comes around. I believe the Lion's Head is the inn that he stays at in the film. He comes out terrorizing guests. I missed him earlier today. I wish I had had a chance to talk to him and see what sort of wild plan he's cooked up to take over the world. That was totally worth the wait for the Burning Blade Tavern. That was amazing. That definitely was like a shock and awe value. It was so cool. You could feel the heat from the blades of the windmill as they were going. It was incredible. I'm glad that I was able to catch that and share that with you guys. Now I'm gonna go back to Stardust Racers and try to sit down and wait for Josh. I don't know if this was a detail that we pointed out last time, but here at the portal for Dark Universe, there's a bunch of skulls surrounding it. But they're not just any skulls. If you take a nice close look, they're vampire skulls. That looks like it could be a werewolf skull. But they all have fangs. Creepy.
All right, I just got off of Stardust Racers.
And I just got off the bench while watching Josh ride Stardust Racers.
Well, you went over to get some footage of the Burning Blade Tavern.
I know. Yeah. They know.
Oh, okay. Well, I did get front row. I asked for front row, so I got a little bit of night. So I guess a little bit, but it wasn't too much. So on our way leaving the park, We did stop at the Sensorium. Is that what it's called?
The Sensorium?
Sensorium. It's the gift shop that's connected to the Christmas shop.
Yes.
And if you're an annual pass, even during previews, you can come get this special little gift. I don't know what's in it. You want to go ahead and open that?
It says, explore the mind-blowing worlds of Universal Epic Universe.
Got a big map.
Yeah, it's just like a little map.
And I'll put a better picture up there for you guys.
That's cool.
Just a nice little keepsake that you can only get as an annual pass holder, so.
Yeah, it looks like some of the
Concept art?
concept art. Thank you, I'm drawing a blank. Some of the concept art that they released when they were showing the park before it was built.
Okay. We do have a little bit of a haul, but we are going to go back to our hotel room first, and we'll show you guys after we get settled in. We did check into our hotel this morning around 7 a.m., so we just have to go back and get to our room, make sure our key works, get our bag in there. We just have a little weekend bag.
I am ready to take a load off. I am tired. My feet are very tired. It's been a long day. Lots of standing.
Yeah. Half the day was just Ministry of Magic and Battle of the Ministry. So since we were staying on property, and since we got here really early, we did get valet parking because with your annual pass, if you are a Premier, you still do get your valet parking for free.
So nice.
So we don't have to walk through that whole 15-minute parking lot. We're gonna walk out these gates, and then valet is right there on the right.
And we just tip them a couple bucks.
We're gonna
and
tip
say,
them a couple
bye.
bucks. Yeah, please tip your valet drivers.
Yeah.
It's not that much. Average $3 to $5. I usually tip depending on how long I'm here, so like $1 an hour. Sometimes we'll just pop into Universal for an hour, and I'll give them a couple, like $2. Yeah. Let's get on our way to the hotel, and we'll catch up with you guys when we get there.
Okay.
All right. See you in a minute.
Hey everyone, it's actually the next day now. We ended up pretty much just crashing the second we got into the hotel room. We did have to check in to the hotel after we got in because our room, we never got a text saying it was ready, so we went back to the check-in line, the online check-in one. Got to talk to someone, and there was something wrong with that room, and they couldn't give it to us. So they actually upgraded us to a suite. So I was going to give you a quick room tour before we actually were checking out. We have a full-length mirror. You have this nice table with chairs. You have a nice fridge and a microwave. This is a kitchenette, so you also get a sink, coffee machine, coffee stuff. The main room does have 2 queen-size beds. These beds were pretty comfortable. I slept okay. I was tossing and turning a little bit. That was mostly hotel noise because we are next to the elevators. There are little pool lights down here. So each one gets our little light. We have TV. We have another light here, and here's your AC. I'm going to shut that off. Underneath here, you actually have hooks, which are really nice and useful to hang, as well as there are hooks in this full-length mirror as well. So we had a lot of our stuff hung up. This is a suite, so we actually have another bedroom too. There's another queen-size bed, TV, light, again, those nice hooks. You have bedside lights on each side, USB. You have this closet with some extra pillows and blankets, some hangers if you have some dresses. You have an ironing board and a nice iron. And behind the door here, you have a safe. You have a dual vanity sink. And then you have your bathroom. And then this is a pretty low tub. The water pressure was pretty good. You have these things. I think these are only in Florida mostly. It's very tight. You can unscrew this and pull it, and you attach it here. And then it's a nice string that you can actually hang your bathing suits for it to dry, so you're not putting it on stuff. All right, but that's the room tour. I'm gonna go catch up with Catherine. She's carrying stuff down to the car, and then we're going to go get some breakfast downstairs.
And we're back home.
Yes, we are. This is actually the next day. We
Not the next day. That's Monday.
we've been a little busy.
We were insanely tired all day Sunday. We were asleep most of the day. It took us. We were up for like 21 hours that day.
Yeah, we were up for a long time. But also like right after we rode the Battle of Ministry, like a heat wave hit Florida, and in that day it got up to like 98 degrees or something, and
It was
it just
insanely hot.
sucked the energy out of us.
I felt like I was getting like what is it, heat sickness or
Heat
stroke, or it was really getting to me when we were in the Super Nintendo world, and
Yeah.
we had to get some AC.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's actually when we went to the Toadstool
Yeah.
Café. But we got back to the hotel room, and I was going to do a room tour, but like by the time we got there, I was like, ooh, I want to see if I can go to the pool.
The pool's closed.
The pool was closed, so we ended up just grabbing like a quick dinner.
Then we found out the pool at the other side of the hotel was open, but that was too late.
Yeah, there was at the time it was like the pool was closing in 10 minutes. Like I'm not running back to this. There was no point because it would have taken me like 5 minutes just to get back to the room. But then we slept. I got a decent amount of sleep.
I didn't sleep great.
It was. I mean, it's like sleeping in a hotel. I mean, you're just a little familiar with it.
It's not that I'm not familiar with it. It was just like the doors were very thin, so I could just hear doors opening and slamming and kids screaming and families talking. Of course they're excited. They're on vacation, and we can hear the housekeeping going up and down the hallway. So I didn't sleep well.
I slept okay, but it usually takes me like 2 nights to settle into like a hotel. So when you do like a staycation for a night, it's like it's not the greatest because like the first night you're like I was exhausted, so I fell asleep, but then I couldn't stay asleep after 5 o'clock whenever all the rustle and bustle starts happening in the hotel. But then that second night is usually like when I settle in and I can go to sleep really easily and just sleep really soundly. But we didn't really get that. We actually checked out after we had some breakfast, headed home, picked up Layla on the way, and then slept some more. So we came home and we slept. And we probably got home, we checked out around 11, and we got home probably around 12:30, 1 o'clock or something like that.
And we slept like another 4 to 5 hours. I slept like the dead. Clearly I needed it.
We did not get up till 5 o'clock.
I was just out to the world.
And then we got up, we had some dinner. We were probably up for like a good 3 hours, and we went back to sleep.
I know, we were up till like 5 or 6 hours. We were fine.
So we do have a merch haul. We wanted to make sure we got this done before, so I can edit this video because I know Epic Universe does open this week. So it will open up Thursday, and I want to get this video out around that time.
All of my merch is from Dark Universe.
I think mine is too.
I didn't want anything from Ministry of Magic, and they didn't have the couple of things I wanted in Berk, and I didn't want anything in Super Nintendo World. It was just
Yeah, but all the stuff in the Super Nintendo world is the stuff you can get off of City Walk.
Yeah,
except for the power bands.
Yeah, everything that you see in Super Nintendo World in Epic, you can get at City Walk. There isn't anything special.
Yeah.
But there's very little There's very little Berk merch and Dark Universe merch in City Walk.
Yeah.
But the items I wanted were out of stock. So I'll just have to wait if they ever restock them or whatever.
Yeah.
I knew better. Anyway.
All right. Let's go ahead and let me move this up.
So I'm continuing my t-shirt collection. So I got a t-shirt, like it's kind of a tie-dye black t-shirt of the Monsters Unchained Victoria Frankenstein's Manor. It's really cool. It's very like architecture looking type of.
There's a cool texture to it.
Yeah.
I think it says something on the back too, doesn't it?
Yeah, it says Frankenstein Manor on the back.
Is it like a little bottle?
Yeah.
It's like it feels kind of like spirit jersey, so it's a little perforated. Is that what the word I'm looking for? It sticks out a little bit.
Yeah, there's some texture to it. Yeah. And then another item I got was this is a really soft
I didn't realize
shirt.
you got that one.
Yeah. This one's really soft. Is the Wolfman t-shirt. I also really do like the Wolfman. As I mentioned, I'm rewatching all of them. And I definitely like the main four. I like Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein. I really did enjoy The Invisible Man the second time through, and I want to watch this one again. And also, he is fuzzy.
Oh, he is.
He's fuzzy. This one
Wait, is this a play on the Triple Wolf Moon shirts?
I have no idea.
If you know what I'm talking about. It's like there's a moon and there's the 3 wolves and they're howling at the moon and it looks like there's 3 werewolves.
You might need to put a picture up there.
I might. We were going to. I kind of wanted to ride Curse of the Werewolf because it's usually a pretty low wait time, it was closed that day. It was supposed to reopen, but they had another issue and they needed to get it fixed before opening day, so they actually shut down the ride. It's been closed since.
And then like if they have these really cute monsters called Bitty Monsters, and I bought one of their ridiculously loud jackets. It's like a nice kind of terry cloth material on the inside, so it's nice and lightweight for Florida. I literally slept in this the night we were in the hotel room. I was very comfortable. But I love all of the little characters on it. And then the final thing was totally like, not that this wasn't a splurge, but this one was an impractical item, which is I had to get one of the Bitty Monster stuffies. And I wanted all of them, but I had to pick one. So I picked my girl, the bride.
They all have different
adorable.
animals, and their hands are magnetic, so that they can hug the animal they're holding.
So maybe the next time I go to Epic, I'll get the monster to go with the bride.
Yeah.
Because they belong together.
Speaking of monsters going with bride, the shirt I wanted this last time, but they didn't have anything over like a medium at that time.
Frankenstein's
Monster. You're alive shirt. You make me feel alive. So I'm guessing he like glows up in the dark because it does say reflective.
And this was a soft shirt too.
This is very soft.
One thing we noticed, because I washed my Bride of Frankenstein shirt, and we washed your tank top that you were wearing.
Right there.
It softened up quite a bit in the wash.
Yes. So this was kind of rough.
So was mine.
Whenever I first bought it, and I wore it that day. You saw me wear it. So it was very comfortable though, because it was nice and white, and it cooled me off a lot.
Yeah.
I will say that. But now that it's been washed and dried, this is super soft.
So was mine. Very, very soft. So maybe we were a little too harsh on some Universal t-shirts. Maybe we just need to wash them and dry them, and they like really soften up after.
I missed to say Dark Universe in the back.
It's fine. But I'm happy with our t-shirt collection. The Dark Universe stuff was really, really good. I'm just excited to eventually go back again. Probably not for a little while.
Yeah, probably not for a while. It's going to be super crowded the first while. I've heard rumors that maybe by the end of this year we might be able to get annual passes, and that's something I'd be interested in, especially if we can share our benefits with this park. So like after 4 o'clock express, but that's all still pending.
Yeah.
We don't know how
they really need to sort out some sort of system with Battle of the Ministry, because the virtual queue did not work. Having a standby line is clearly not working great either if it's consistently a 5-hour line.
Like we said, it is Monday now, and it has been 240 to 300 minutes the last 3 days, at least. That's most part of the day. I've talked to some other annual pass holders in some like Facebook groups, and they've said, "Oh, I got super lucky, and they were able to walk in like an hour and a half or something like that." But it was just luck of the draw of the time. Like I said, we got in that line when the park opened, and we waited 5 hours for it. I was talking to another annual pass holder in a group, and they were one of the first people they were one of the first 100 people in line, and it still took them over an hour to get in.
Yeah. So they really need to work some sort of system out. Better communication with the guests, better communication amongst the team members.
Which we also, I don't remember if we mentioned this, we talked to ourselves about this at least. Whenever we were going into the actual gate entrance of the ride, there was a team member sitting there, and they were telling people like, "Oh yeah, you can go." All the lines are the same.
There are 2 lines that split. Yes. There was a left and a right side, and they told us both lines are exactly the same. Not true.
No.
Not true.
And some other people have reported on this as well. Not true. The one on the right was the express line, so it completely skipped everything on the outside. So by the time we actually got all the way throughout the outside, that line was completely empty because they actually shut it off. They corrected their mistake, but I think like an hour of people probably
60,
bypassed us.
80 people, maybe 100 people had bypassed us. So
more than that.
Maybe more than that. But we got stuck because of some sort of line ride was down, but nobody communicated that to us. And then we got stuck because they let a bunch of people bypass through the express lane and they didn't realize it. So, and then there's just the flu network system in general, which isn't that great. They need to fix that.
There was a long time where we were just kind of sitting there for like 10, 15 minutes outside the flu, and there was no reason why I don't know why they were holding us there, because they were only running the one flu, and there were people standing there waiting to go through, and the team members were just talking to each other.
And they're not talking to the guests as to why we're just standing there.
Yeah, and then finally we did get to go through, but they put us with another group of people, which is fine, but the flu thing only goes off once.
And there was another merge point whenever we merged with Express and we were going through Umbridge's office. That was another like bottleneck.
Yeah.
So it was just like, I don't know. It was just strange and how they had this queue built, it was just kind of being poorly managed. I'm hoping with time it'll get better.
Yeah. But then also when we got through the flu network, like when we finally got through it, this is what was confusing me, because I was like, oh, there's probably a backlog on the other side, so they can't let people. No, there was tons and tons of room on the other side. I don't know why they weren't letting us through.
It was a good ride. There's definitely a lot of kinks they need to work out to make this.
I think the ride is good. The ride is good. I'm going to probably give it a good 8.5, 9.
Yeah.
It is not a thrilling ride. It is a step up for screen rides.
It is like kind of a mix of Tower of Terror with the ride vehicles, but also it's kind of like the Spider-Man and how it is a ride simulator. It's fun. I liked it. I still think Monsters Unchained will be my favorite.
Yes, I agree too. Yes, they both have screens and animatronics, but Harry Potter has like 3 or 4 animatronics through the whole entire ride, and the rest is screens.
I feel like the animatronics in Monsters was more impressive, and there's like 10. And it's an IP, an intellectual property that isn't utilized as much. This is the first time they've really done anything with Universal Monsters, so I just think it's a more intriguing IP. But we hope you enjoyed watching our day, and we shared the good, the bad, and the epic with you guys.
yeah. It was a day.
Yeah.
It was still overall a fun day.
Yeah, I mean, we hit a lot of roadblocks. We had a very long wait, but I feel like we still made the best of it, and we enjoyed the time that we had at Epic.
Yeah. There's a rumor that they're going to do virtual queues for the lands.
I don't know if I like that.
So that means that they're going to cap the amount of people that can go into land, or you get a return time to come back. But if their virtual queue system isn't good,
people are
going to complain some more.
I think that instead of capping people going into the queue, then they should cap the amount of people going into the park, because it's just going to ruin the guest experience.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, we waited 5 hours for this ride.
Yeah.
And I think from what Thrill Data was saying, I think capacity is capped like 25% of what the park's going to be operating at. So like,
I can't imagine.
Yeah, I guess they're going to cap off at 5 hours, and they're going to stop letting people in the line at that point, because
5 hours is still ridiculous.
Yeah, it was a majority of our day.
Yeah, I mean, us being locals and being pass holders to Universal helps, but I can't imagine being from another state, paying full ticket price, finally getting here with my family after traveling, and having to spend half my day to wait in line to ride a ride. Like, Universal needs to do better, in my personal opinion.
Like I said, we got up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Because we were able to. We were able to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to drive to our hotel to check in and be able to get our 1 hour early access. But because of all the delays that we kind of got, we still only got like 20 minutes of our early park access.
And we didn't even get to go into Super Nintendo Land. Yeah. We had to go into Darkmoor, which I wasn't upset about, but it was just, I don't know. Yeah. It was just we had to pivot, which I understand we have to be flexible, but it was still a little frustrating nonetheless.
Yeah.
Since we paid for that early park entry, we planned ahead. We paid for that extra
Yeah,
little bit.
And if you're
it-
flying in, you're not going to have that experience because you
Yeah.
may only be able to get a flight that comes in at noon.
Yeah.
Which means you would have to stay an extra day, maybe do Epic the next day and plan around it. But buses don't run that early.
Yeah.
Also, we are annual pass holders, so we actually got the valet parking, which is really nice, I want to say.
So if we didn't have the valet parking and we had to pay full price for parking, or we had to take a bus or whatever, I don't know. I think they definitely need to improve their processes to help the guest experience.
Yeah. Tip, if you're wanting to get a power band and you're going to Epic and you don't want to waste time in the park, right when on the outside there is a green building, or it has a green roof, but you can buy a power band there. So before you even get in, so like you stood in line, I went and got my power band and then came back over and activated and everything, which is kind of nice.
Yeah. So I still enjoy the park. I know we are kind of ragging on it a little bit, but overall it's a really fun experience. Definitely go check it out if you're here.
Yes.
It is worth it. It really is.
Yeah. There's not. I mean, it's a new park. It's a completely different experience that you're going to get anywhere else because it's a brand new park, not just a brand new ride or a brand new land. Everything is new. There's kink. There are some issues, but they're going to work on them. And
it's still a very fun day. It's, get your once in a lifetime experience coming here. If this is, your big family trip, it's still worth it. Just be aware, be flexible, pack your patience with you, and just enjoy the day.
And drink lots of water because it is hot.
Bring an umbrella if you can to shade you from the sun.
Yes. The lockers are bigger in Epic Universe than Universal, so we can fit our 40-ounce water bottle in one of these lockers, which is really nice. So
you can easily fit a lounge fly in them.
Yeah, you can fit a lounge fly really easy. So having an umbrella with you, if it's a good size, like you just need it to cover the sun a little bit, you can probably bring an umbrella that easily fits in one of these lockers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. I think with that, we're going to end this video.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and
ring that notification bell to be reminded when we upload our next video.
Have a good night, everyone.
Have a good night.